Okay. All right. Okay. So a lot of you have been sending me videos on WhatsApp. A lot of you have been sending me communications on WhatsApp. You want to know what's actually happening. And a lot of you are saying, President, you are actually correct. President Kosani, you are actually correct. Sia, you are actually correct. These people steal money and murder people on a daily basis. You are actually correct. All they do is steal money and murder people every day. You are actually correct. Everything you've been saying for all these years is correct. These people steal money and murder people. That's all they do, right? That is all they do. Remember, I'm the one who said the ANC is state capture. I said they are state capture. It's not that state capture is something that only happened during the president of Jacob Gupta when he gave trillions and trillions and trillions of our money away to foreigners. State capture is continuing to happen. They are selling mines, they are selling our natural resources, our mines, they are selling everything to foreigners. Okay. So, and anybody that stops them gets murdered. This is a fact. These are not my opinions. This is a fact. So, in the past 2 days, we've been watching President Ramaphosa's nephew, right? President Cyril Killer Ramaphosa's nephew is implicated in this Mkhwanazi situation for stealing money. It was basically a money laundering operation, right? President Cyril Killer's Ramaphosa's nephew was implicated in a clear money laundering scheme for almost a billion rand. It was, I think, 870 something million. It was almost 900 million, okay? So these are things that are happening and they have always been happening. And a lot of you are asking stupid questions. Where is the evidence? Remember when all of you were asking me stupid questions in 2018, right? A lot of you are asking me all these stupid questions in 2018. Well, where is the evidence? Well, but the evidence, but now I've been telling you for a long time, whistleblowers have been dying. We know how the African National Con Artists operate, the ANC operates. We know how they operate. They steal money and assassinate people. The evidence is there. That's the issue. The issue is even if you can assassinate somebody, the evidence is still there. So now a lot of you are sending me on my WhatsApp I'm getting a lot of communication from around the country. I'm getting so many people are reaching out saying, okay, so they murder people. So this is why Ket Matlala and this other gentleman, there are two main assassins who got caught. Okay, so I'm gonna play you this to make you guys. This is a summary of everything that's going on, of how President Ramaphosa's nephew is implicated. Okay, in stealing money and murdering somebody. Okay, the whistleblower, that lady, and rest in peace to that lady, man. Rest in peace to this lady. You guys are about to see her. Rest in peace to this lady. I pray for her soul. I pray for her family. Okay, we need to pray for her family. Rest in peace. This lady died exposing corruption in South Africa, exposing that our money is being stolen. We need to celebrate heroes like her. Okay, we have to celebrate heroes like her. Listen to this.
Kazi, my people, Babita's soul is not resting. Babita's soul is working overtime. Babita was brutally murdered while she was trying to expose the rot in South Africa, while she was trying to expose the entrepreneurs who are actually dragging us down as Black people, as South Africans as a whole, our own leaders, our own people that we trust or we trusted. Babita's soul keeps on showing off. May her soul rest in peace. One of the entrepreneurs who's very well known, allegedly he is Cyril Ramaphosa's nephew. His house is getting raided as we speak. His house is under an intense investigation in Sandton. A 3-story house in Sandton. So that means a very expensive house. They seized his luxury cars, his supercars. And he's one of the people that were mentioned in the findings of Babita's findings, the Babita's findings. Babita was brutally murdered after she dropped her kids at a school. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we've got an article that we need to go through it, because at this point of time, we need these people to be exposed. We need these people to be exposed, and we need these people to face the music. That's what I'm saying. But Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. If you are new, please make sure you don't leave without subscribing. Like this video, it helps a lot. And also, please do comment down below with your own thoughts. Let's quickly get into this article, because wow, things are happening. There's a lot to talk about, but I had to try to choose one, which is this one. And it was something that is a burning issue, because we are in this position in this country. It's because of the shit that is going on within our government and all the tenderpreneurs and all people that are connected to the politicians, to our own government. Let's get into it. So I'm going to give props to IOL for this article that we are about to go through. It's not a big article. It's a very small article, because this thing is still going on. There's a huge investigation that is still happening. And obviously, we're not going to get all the information all at once. The heading says, inside the SIU's 820 million raid on Hangwani Maumela's luxury Sandton mansion. The Special Investigation Unit SIU has raided the luxury Sandton home of a businessman Hangwani Maumela, seizing high-end vehicles and artwork as part of an 820 million asset recovery operation tied to a wholesale looting at Tembisa Hospital. The Thursday morning operation unfolded at Maumela's upmarket Sandhurst residence, where law enforcement officials, locksmiths, and removal truck entered under a special tribunal order. Among the items taken were Lamborghini, designer furniture, and valuable works of art believed to have been purchased with proceeds of corrupt hospital contracts. Mwako Maitseng, SIU Senior Communications Manager, said, the SIU confirms on operation took place at a Sandhurst home linked to our Tembisa Hospital investigation. This operation is part of implementing the SIU's investigation outcome and consequence management. We will communicate further once the legal processes have been finalized. The raid supports a 300 million furniture case targeting Maumela's assets and those of his associates. According to media reports, the crackdown is part of a broader 820 million sweep, reflecting the scale of assets under scrutiny. Maumela, a well-connected businessman, is known of companies that secured lucrative government contracts across Gauteng and other provinces. His firm allegedly supplied medical consumables, catering, and cleaning services through manipulated procurement processes that favored a tight network of politically connected suppliers. According to a recent IOL report, the SIU's investigations have uncovered 3 coordinated syndicates responsible for looting over 2 billion rands from Tembisa Hospital Fund. In that report, SIU head advocate Endi Mutibi described the findings as a devastating plunder of public funds, saying the corruption betrayed public trust and harmed vulnerable patients depending on hospital care. The IOL story also cites that Maumela and his entities are flagged in the late Babita Deokaran's forensic report, previously implicating 14 companies linked to Maumela in contracts worth 415 million rands. The SIU's interim findings place Maumela at the heart of a syndicate that manipulated procurement thresholds, split contracts, and routed inflated payments through front companies. Collectively, the syndicate under investigation are alleged to have adverted more than 2 billion intended for medical supplies, equipment and services. The scandal itself traces back to whistleblower Deokaran, who in 2021 exposed procurement irregularities at Tembisa Hospital. Her report flagged suspicious payments to both the Maumela and Mazibuko networks, and she was assassinated weeks later. The revelations from her disclosures sparked deeper audits by the Treasury Specialized Audit Service and eventual ICU involvement. The ICU already holds freezing orders on numerous Maumela properties and bank accounts across South Africa, including in Gauteng, Cape Town, and KZN, which is KwaZulu-Natal. Officials say Thursday's raids is part of a sustained campaign to recover assets tied to public sector corruption. The ICU full report on Tembisa Hospital is still awaited. Through investigations, note the case is complex and far from closed. So guys, as I said, may Babita's soul continue haunting each and everyone who was implicated in her report. And those people should tell us who ordered the assassination of Babita. And those people are very linked to our biggest politicians in this country. So each and every time you open your mouth, you know that you are going to be... Watch this video and enjoy it while at it. Enjoy it. And hopefully we're not going to stop hearing about stories like this and this exact story.
Lamborghini, one of the 3 cars so far, Lopang, that we've seen coming out of this tycoon's 3-story mansion in Sandton, in Sandhurst.
Yeah, what a sight, actually. We've seen many cars stop by to try and figure out what kind of cars these are. Now, we've just seen 3 Lamborghini vehicles being loaded onto this particular truck. So 2 of them are quite small and one seems to be an SUV. All of them in the same color, that blue color that you see there. And those are the 3 cars that have been removed thus far. We'll try and get confirmation if any more luxury vehicles will be seen being removed or seized rather from this property. So Paul, we don't have an official comment, but from SIU rather, but we have somewhat of a line from them where they say this operation is basically part of implementing the Special Investigating Unit's investigation outcomes and consequence management. So they also do say that they'll communicate further once the legal processes have been finalized. And this is word from Wako Mutieng, who's the Senior Communications Manager of the Special Investigating Unit. You'd also notice just outside the house, inside, this is now the first time we'd be able to get visuals from this particular house, and our colleague Qaibin Jokweni will just show you, give you those visuals rather, as well as also just to talk about some of the people who've stopped by here. We've seen quite a number of cars. You'd notice that cars are still making their way past this particular stretch of the road, and it might have been quite easier if this particular part of the road was blocked to make their process smoother. But as things stand, those vehicles have been seized. I'm hoping you can get a clearer visual at this point. We also see some jokes being made by the people inside, where you'd notice quite a smaller vehicle. There we get another visual of those cars. So 3 of the same cars, of the same brand of cars rather. We've confirmed that those are Lamborghinis, all at the same color. Now the SUV, which you might not see, was loaded first, Mpho, is said to have less than